Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and in this show and tell video, I want to introduce you to the Swarovski Fall Winter 2017-2018 collection, available now at Beadaholique. There's two main components to the collection. There's a new effect, which is Crystal Rainbow Dark, and there's also a new pearl, which is Crystal Iridescent Red Pearl. And I'm going to start with the effect and show you some of the new pieces available in this really cool effect. So if you look at this pear pendant right here, and I'm just going to try to catch the light at different angles, you can really see there's a lot of colors coming into play here. And I'm going to pick up another one and show you a different one. Each piece is going to be unique, and it really looks much like an oil slick. So it's got really pretty iridescent pinks and greens and blues, all these different colors coming into play, which makes it very easy to pair with other crystals when you're making your jewelry designs. So we've got pear-shaped pendants, hearts, and a spike. Now on the pendant, I'm going to show you the back side. It's that pretty kind of neutral gray tone. And then on the beads, they are considered a 2X finish, which means the coating of the Crystal Rainbow Dark is all the way around on every side of them. So we've got rondelles as well as bicones. And here's a quick little example of how you might use these. So Kat, our designer, made these earrings. They're very edgy and modern and also quite glamorous at the same time. And she paired it with gold. And I think the gold is quite pretty with this new effect. So in addition to the pendant shape as well as the bead shapes, we have flat backs. And if you're not familiar with a flat back, if you flip it over, it is just a flat back like the name suggests, which makes it really easy to glue on when you're creating your different jewelry designs. And they come in quite a variety of sizes. So down here we have an SS 9, 12, 16, 20, 30, and 34. And a 34 is equivalent to about 7 millimeters. And again, each one's going to look slightly different with that really pretty effect. Over here we have some Rivolis, and a Rivoli is pointed on both sides. Catch the light to show that effect. And then Chatons. Now Chatons are a little bit different from a Rivoli, that they're pointed on the back, but they have a flatter top to them. So Chatons are great if you want to set them down into like crystal clay, which is an epoxy clay, or maybe you want to do some bead weaving around the edge. And then over here, I think this is a great time to go right into the pearl because we can see how pretty the pearl looks with the new effect. Now this is called an Iridescent Red Pearl. So it's really got some nice burgundy undertones and like almost like a gray iridescent coating on it. And again, it comes in a variety of sizes. So I'm going to show you right here. We've got a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, an 8, and a 10, and a 12, which is great if you want to do a graduated design, which is what here Kat did. So she's got the smaller ones at the back, and then she goes bigger, bigger, bigger until she gets more here. And then she did that with this really pretty dangle earring as well. Now, one thing that's interesting about this pearl is depending upon what you pair it with, it really picks up that color. So I'm going to take this crystal antique pink and pair it next to that pearl. And to me, the pearl looks much pinker now suddenly. Now, if I take jet, I instantly see a little bit more of the red and the gray come into play. So it's going to be a fun pearl to pair with different colors. You might be wondering what these little guys are over here. This is a completely new shape. These are oval Rivolis, and they're a nice size too. They're 14 long by about 10.5 wide, which makes them really ideal to set into bezel rings. I'll show you the back side of them. So we really thought that these would be very fun to work with. And then up here, we have another fancy stone. This is a tribe fancy stone. And you can see it's really got a nice ruffled edge. And there's going to be more colors of these available too. And if you look along that edge, the edging is actually a different color than the center, which adds a unique element to it as well. Over here, we have some evil eyes. And we've got one that's a charm, which would be great for your European style bracelets. And then we also have pendants, which would be easy to work into a lot of different designs. And this is the vertical orientation. We'll also be getting the horizontal in. These are rimmed flatbacks, and we fell in love with these when we saw them. So that is actually a special coating. They got a flat back, they're hot fix, and to us they looked like studs. So very edgy, very rock and roll. And then over here we have pearls, and these are actually a pearl cabochon with a bezel edge. And this is a metal edge. We've got the gold plate and the rhodium plate. And I think these would be fantastic for wedding jewelry, especially if you glue them onto something, they're gonna look a lot like fancy little buttons. So that is the new Swarovski release. Again, we've got that real pretty color, which is the Crystal Rainbow Dark. And then we've got the nice new pearl, which is the Iridescent Red Pearl, and a couple fun new pieces to work into your jewelry designs as well. You can find all of these, as well as the projects you see here, at Beadaholique.com.